Welcome to the Russell Hantz Show and
We're
Living
live.
Monday.
Living
We are
Mondays is
live.
back.
We had problems last Monday with my internet. Everybody knows my problems with my internet, but I thought I was going to have the same problems this time. It's like,
I was
what's wrong
nervous.
with my computer? And I call my 15-year-old son over here. Hey, something's wrong with my computer. Fix it. Like, I don't know how to fix it. These kids nowadays, they know how to do all that.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do it. So we are here.
We're here.
You excited to see me, Libby?
Russell, I missed you. Are you excited to see me?
I am. I like the shirt. It is an amazing.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. I really like it.
I would rather one with my face right there. And,
dang. That was a bold move.
You didn't get the one. Why didn't you
move.
get the one with my face right there?
Russell, I didn't get to choose. Okay.
Oh no, you. Oh, so if you would have chosen, you would have got the one with my face. Right.
Gotta represent the brand, you know?
Right. So
Libby is back.
And Libby, I know we talk about dates. We talk about going on dates, doing these different things with, different aspects of a date.
Yeah.
And if you start dating someone, I have a question. And this is a personal question. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. But when you go out on a date with someone, let's say you start dating them, right? Month in, you're dating them. And then, see this, Libby?
Oh, the manscaper. Everybody knows that. The lawnmower 3.0.
The lawnmower. So, do you think it's necessary to do the manscape action? Or
100%.
Or what if he came to you all bushed out, like Chewbacca?
I'd be freaked out. I would not. I mean, to be honest, I would wonder who he dated last. Because I'd be like, whoa. I think it's important. I think it's important for a girl. So if it's important for a girl, I think it's important for a guy.
So you don't like the Chewbacca look?
Not a fan. I'm gonna say I'm not one of those girls. I think that I get a little creeped out.
It's really cool. I've used it. Inside information.
Okay.
And this right here, like you take the gourd off, and you still can. It doesn't hurt. Now, as a guy, the problem, I don't know if any guys told you this, but I'll tell you this because we buddies. When you use a regular razor down there, not good. Not good. Like
I can imagine.
It will chop it up.
That's uncomfortable. So this is the thing. When girls, I highly suggest either laser or wax because the razors hurt us. If it hurts us, then I can imagine it hurts boys.
I don't understand why. And by the way, guys, if you want to check this out, go to www.manscaped.com. You input Hantz, and you'll get 20% off.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yes. 20% off. And 20, that's like a real deal. You really get 20% off. But I don't understand why it's not both scape. Because couldn't a woman use this too? I mean,
probably. I think that, it doesn't hurt to try. Maybe.
Both scape.
Both scape. I'll use your Hantz code.
You'll use. And another thing, you don't want to use the same one you use cutting your face.
No. Oh, well, I don't cut my face, but
you want a separate one, guys.
Yeah.
You don't want to cut your balls with the same you cut your face.
Yeah. So girls, we use single or double razors for our face. And so that's because that's called dermaplaning. It's not called shaving. For girls, we call them dermaplaning.
You see, you never know. Is this an ad or the topic?
I mean, it's always a topic of discussion.
It's,
I think we can always make conversation and products.
So have you ever? Oh, by the way, look what they sent me. Some undies.
Nice.
Some Manscaped undies. I'm gonna try that on.
Swipe up.
So let's say you went out on a date and then it turned out he was Chewbacca, and then you go with is that something you tell your friends, like, this guy was all bushed out? That
is definitely what girls talk
nasty.
about. I mean, we talk about it all, but we definitely, if he is uncomfortable, if I happen to get into a situation that I am uncomfortable, I would be like, we need to stop right here and talk about this. Or like,
no, you probably would.
I would be like, oh, okay.
Do you think you would stop and be like, hey?
Probably at that point, I probably wouldn't stop, but I would definitely bring it up in our next conversation.
You should get you a Manscaped.
Yeah.
Promo code Hantz, and you should put it in your bottom drawer. And then when that happens, you'd be like, hey, here, go take care of your business, and then you can come back.
Or I could just be like, hey, next time, highly recommend you pick up one of those Manscapes, because if you don't, there won't be a next time.
You read that?
Wow. That has to be a saving grace for you boys, huh?
You see, I mean, I'm just saying they don't have they may be the first person that ever made ball deodorant.
Yeah, because I've never heard of that.
Maybe says the saving grace. I mean, I'm just saying. That's another thing that could be. It's what's true. Is
it a saving grace?
Definitely. Well, what I've done in the past, I'm just going to tell you this. I don't want to tell the world or nothing. What I've done in the past is I've bought another deodorant just for that. And I would use deodorant. Is that weird?
Don't worry, I won't tell anyone.
Because if you're going to use deodorant under your armpits, then why wouldn't you use deodorant on your ball sack?
Just say it proud.
I mean, I'm serious though.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Most hilarious sponsor. We didn't know we was going to really. I don't know how to talk about. Be honest with you, Libby. I'm uncomfortable talking about shaving my balls in front of you.
You?
Yes, even me.
How do you think I feel? I mean, I honestly, this is a different sponsor. However, somebody needs to talk about it. I think that everything. I think that everything needs, discussion. I don't want to make people feel awkward, but like, I don't want people to also like feel awkward listening to it, because like everybody talks about this stuff. We're trying to be your friends. Like, hey, listen, I mean, I don't have this issue. However, as a girl, I wish that boys would kind of like get this figured out, because if you don't, who else is going to tell you to do it? If your friends don't.
Jordan's like, somebody got to talk about it.
Hey, you're actually thinking this. Do not lie. Even though you think this is weird, you are taking this information and you are going to use it. So whatever. That's all I got to say.
It's if nobody really talks about it in public, but if you were going to sit there and you're going to say, yes, I want my man clean. Yes, I want him smelling nice. I mean, but why is it embarrassing to talk about something that you want in your relationship?
I'm telling you, the most awkward things that I talk about is the most useful stuff for people, because they never talk about it with anybody else.
Right.
So here we are.
Look, I got a little bag with it. It came with quite a bit of stuff. So it came with, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is, but it's really interesting. It is called Ball Toner.
Oh, so interesting. It knocks my headphones off. Wow.
Bam.
Whoa.
Ball Toner.
Wow. That is quite interesting.
I
Okay.
don't know. I'm not sure about this, but I will find out and let you know.
So if everybody
As you
uses
can-
that code, is this the gift bag that they're going to get, or do you know?
Yeah, they got certain things you can. It's like you can play for like a small membership, and you get the deodorant and the toner and even body wash.
Nice.
Stuff.
All right,
But you
boys,
can
go get that. Especially if you want some
one-time-
action down there.
That's for sure. So, as you can see, that the ball toner is not opened because I'm like, I just don't know what to do with this. But I will tone my balls.
Tone your balls. I guess.
Find out what that is. So again,
Do it.
manscaped.com. What is it? It is www.manscaped.com. Promo code Hantz, 20% off, guys.
That's
They
a good
only
deal.
give that to people that sponsors it. So when you hear somebody saying that, not everybody gets 20% off. You get it. And if you're gonna have a date with Libby, you need to buy this.
Yeah.
First. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you eating, Libby?
So wait, can we do this? Because I've been waiting all week to open this.
You've been waiting. Okay, so this is what happened. One of our patrons, if you want to be part of the Patreon page, go down the link below or one of my YouTube videos.
Sorry, Lisa. I'm very hungry.
In the description, and you'll see one of my patrons sent this to me, and I open it, and I'm like, okay, he wants us to do this on the show, so I'm going to send it to Libby. So I have some too. You can go ahead and open it. Okay. Let's see what we got. It's an unboxing.
I'm going to apologize to Lisa for eating on film. I just got home, and I'm very hungry, okay? Gosh. Sorry.
Unboxing. It's a box. This time, first of all, before you open it, first of all, I wrote on the box to make sure that you knew it was me this time, just in case you opened the first package. What does it say? What's the box say? No, the box in your hand.
Baby girl lobster.
Yes. I knew that you would know that don't open. That's what that meant. Don't open it.
Okay. Yes. You were like, okay, because last time it failed.
Okay.
Whoa. Oh, hold on. We got Nestle Kit Kats.
From where?
Is this from Thailand?
Kit Kats from Thailand.
Are they from Thailand?
Yes. These are real candies from Thailand. It's just like in a green.
We got squid.
Now, I don't know what this is.
This is squid from Thailand.
Is it a candy squid? That's what we're looking at, guys. The people that's not watching the video on the
original candy squid.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. We still got some fun stuff left in here. Last one. Oh,
it's another. I had to give you two of them.
That is for sure squid. Do I have to eat this on?
First, we're gonna eat the candy because this is easy.
Kit Kat. See, I was trying to eat my dinner before dessert. Somehow I just knew. However, didn't quite get through my taco meat and veggies, but that's fine because it's all for you guys.
Oh, look.
All right.
Oh, so it's interesting. It's green.
Cute. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna do this really quick. 1 second. 1 second here. Sorry, guys. You're gonna see my armpit. Hold on.
Setting up a camera.
No problem. Oh.
Cameron, I'll be calling you about that Manscaped. We gotta. By the way, we need to set. This isn't a permanent. What's happening? Are we on pause?
No. I'm just doing. Okay.
This is a try for Manscaped. So if you care about us, especially you patrons, that you want to help us out, they're not using us yet. They're just doing a trial to see what we sell, if we can actually sell the product. So if we sell 10, only 10, they'll be permanent with us. And we can talk about Manscaped and have a great time every single episode.
Yeah. It's like we can see how awkward we can get every Monday.
Right.
That's a thing.
www.manscaped.com. That's it.
And use his code. All right. So a guest sent us these. I'm going to put this on the gram. Okay.
This This is the easy one, though, I think.
Okay, yeah. All right, this is easy. So this is a Kit Kat from Thailand. It's green. How fun. All right.
It's actually looks pretty good. Yours
I like how
weird.
Cameron said.
Kind of melted.
I know. Okay. Are you going to try it? You're paused.
Okay. I'm trying it. Oh.
Hot Kit Kats are good. Okay.
Oh,
Gift
really
number
good.
1. So this is a Kit Kat from Thailand. I'm going to save this.
I'm going to eat this other one. Yeah. They taste a little different, but they're really good.
I think they're better than the Kit Kats in America.
They're better than the ones in America.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely better than the ones in America.
I would read you the ingredients.
No, but you can't read Thai.
But I can't read that.
Okay, so now we have the squid.
I'm worried about this
squid.
one.
I'm really nervous about this. Oh, God. Look at this thing. This is disgusting. Okay.
Candy? I don't even know if it's candy.
Oh! Oh, God.
Look at it. It almost looks like a gummy bear.
Okay, hold on. I got to try it before my video runs out on Instagram.
Okay, good.
Oh, it smells horrible. I can't even bite it.
Oh.
Oh, I can't.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely better than the ones in America.
It is nasty. Try the 2 one.
I can't.
It smells like you would think that it smells. It should smell.
I got it.
This is a candy?
Who eats this for enjoyment?
Guys, it smells terrible. Smells bad.
I'm really trying to chew it, but it's so.
I can't. I mean, I.
Can you get a close look? Here, look at the tentacle. It's for real. Cody, you are correct. I don't eat Kit Kats, but dang, I have to eat another one.
That's a good Kit Kat.
It is a real squid.
It's made from squid. They said yes, it's a real squid.
Like, look at that.
It's nasty. Smells nasty.
I'm still chewing on this small bite that I got off.
Look at the little thing that I found out.
Nice, Russell. Yeah. I feel like I'm on the news now.
Right? She's talking
Okay,
about
I'm really trying to get like a good juicy part. Try to like really.
She can't get enough of it. She's way tougher than me when it comes to eating.
I just want y'all to know. I feel like I got like a part that's like a small part that was gross, but
so she's chewing.
Same.
It's almost like it's worse than chewing beef jerky. You can't even. Can you pull it across? Can you pull it? Can you like a piece of? Don't hurt your teeth.
I know.
I feel like you're gonna yank your teeth out. Oh,
got it. Did not pull out a tooth. I do like the green Kit Kats. Mentally, they taste a lot better too.
That does? How's that taste?
The same. Absolutely disgusting. Dang. Wow.
It's nasty.
Yeah, I don't recommend that at all. But the Kit Kats, worth it.
All right, guys. So we did a little fun. Now we're going to talk about our topic today, and it is our jobs, previous jobs we've had in our life. If you wonder what Russell Hantz has done in his lifetime or what Libby has done, in her young lifetime. You're about to find out. So,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna start with one job I had, and I want you guys to have respect for this kind of work because when you see them guys in the middle of the road holding the flag, telling you or holding the stop and go sign, you need to respect that. Trust me. I have done that when I was
Sorry,
a teenager.
Lisa.
I did that, and I sat there for 12 hours holding that thing in the same spot. My feet were killing me. It was probably one of the worst jobs I've ever did in my life. And everybody's like, "You're just standing there." Yes, you're just standing there for 12 hours.
For 12 hours. When you told me that, I just remember like we have so much construction in Nashville right now. And there's so many of those guys that are like, slow, stop. And
Right.
I passed the same guy going to work at 5 a.m, coming back at 4 p.m. I'm like, dude,
Dang.
you are still standing here. You are still doing the same thing. And how much have I done all day? A lot. And you just flipping it.
Well,
Wow.
what's hard, and I did it when I was young. So I did it when I had young feet, like 18.
How much did you get paid?
Man, I think I was getting paid at that time. My uncle was the boss, so he was running this major company. It was for this city, and I think I was getting like $10 an hour. So at that point, I thought I was making pretty good money.
Yeah.
I was a hot shot.
Do you think that they get paid really well right now? Doing that?
Yes. No. Well, they don't. No. But for this company, they probably do. This was a totally different company that worked with the city. The city was doing railroads. They was fixing the railroad, and I was just holding a sign. That's what this company did. And I remember trying to show off to my uncle and putting one of them big old beams on my shoulders, or trying to, the railroad beams, thinking I'm tough. I just pulled a muscle on my back. That was it.
I'll show you another job.
He was like, Russell, don't do that.
We have one of those. We have a taco place. If you're from California, Oscar's Taco Shop is popular in California. Well, they opened a few in Nashville, and Oscar's opened up right next to us. And so they found this homeless man who they pay in tacos, and then they also pay a minimum wage to hold the like arrow sign. And then they gave him an iPod, and so he just listens to music all day, and he just like flips the sign, has fun. Man, you think that guy won the lottery. It is just like the funnest thing to watch him all day flip and like sing his songs and like do all that fun stuff. It's so great. It makes me so happy. But that like I just sit and watch. I'm like, dang.
So that was me at 18. What were you doing at 18?
18, I just graduated high school. And in high school, I worked at a flower shop. I worked as a dance teacher. And I also worked at my family's meat market processing deer meat. So I would help with like during deer season, I would help like skin or help like unload the coolers with the deer meat and all that fun stuff. Because that's a very Texas thing, and our family owns a barbecue place.
Would you quarter the meat? Would you cut it yourself, or you would just?
That would be more of my dad. I knew what he was doing, but like I would say, I'd be like in my blue apron and my camo, and I'd unload it out of the hunters' coolers and put it on our meat racks and like separate it and like write down their orders, like what they wanted as Slim Jims, as sausage, as ground meat, as ground chuck, whatever. So like I would do that. And then like, if it was a whole deer, I'd help bring out the deer, and then we'd hang and like help skin it. So I know it's super random and like something that probably I do eat deer. It's like a big family thing. I mean, like my family owns the meat market, so I can't really be a vegetarian or vegan. I do like that. And I know that it's really like animal cruel. Like I know that people are going to like disagree with some of that, but like, again, it's something that happens.
So like you're talking about that to me, I'm in Texas right now. I'm in the country.
Right.
So you're saying that to me, every single household around here, and they got a meat market down there that quarters deer and hogs and everything else.
Yeah. I mean, it's one
deers around here. They eat it. Nobody kills deer for fun around here.
You don't kill it for fun. You kill it to eat, and it's like the circle of life. Yeah.
Right.
And that's what, like, if you don't, there's going to be an overpopulation. Like, we can always get into all of that. Like,
Oh my
overpopulation
goodness.
of deer, there's like so many. And so you have to do to protect
Yeah.
to protect the deer is to make sure that you keep the circle of life strong. And like, if there's an overpopulation, then they're going to hurt themselves. So anyways, that's another topic of discussion. However, that's what I was doing when I was like 16, 17, 18. I was in college, or I started at junior college and I was actually working at Germania Insurance. Random. No, I was in the file room, just literally going through old files, inserting stuff like on a computer back and forth.
Yeah.
But then,
in college, when I was in college, we went and first I worked at McDonald's like everybody in college. And then me and my boys in college, we started working at random clubs in Lafayette, Louisiana, like nightclubs. Back, then I started bartending. Then I got into that life to where it was the perfect for college. You got to sleep in, you work in the nighttime, make sure your classes are somewhat, you can have your classes whenever so my classes would be late afternoon, especially on Mondays if we were open on Sunday. But bartending, and I was I don't know if you can realize this, but I was a crazy college kid.
No.
I don't know if you can fathom
way.
How I would, and it was a club. Like we worked at the hot spot. So
that's cool.
So I would, when I was a barback at this same college, at this club, I would go like sneak down, get all the way down, and all my buddies were bartenders. So they would do shots and just hand them down to me. And
that sounds a lot more fun because that. So, but at the same time I was working at that insurance place, I was also working at a ranch at it was like before the cows go to like the auction barn, but after they're like weaned from their mom. There's a ranch that like we had to take care of the cows, and I kept all the files of the cows, and I would sweep the trailers. It was like a very dusty old ranch. I would sweep the trailers, organize the files, and then have to drive around on a four-wheeler to check all the feed troughs. And he would feed all of his cows old candy. So the whole ranch smelled like M&Ms and Kit Kat bars.
Dang.
And Snickers. It was wild. It was such a wild thing. So I would go from the insurance place to school and then to the ranch. Yeah.
I've never been at a ranch that smelled like candy. I ain't gonna lie.
I know.
Yeah, so when I do that, I would get drunk and then I'd see some pretty girl and make out with her in the middle of the club. It's like my best life was when I was in college. You kids don't go to college. But even over Survivor, all what I've done with Survivor, all the parties I've been to, everything I've ever done in my life, the best times of my life was college.
Dang, that's awesome.
By far, not even close.
Y'all were living it up.
We were broke too. We were broke. Me and my buddy would sell.
Really?
I was broke. I was paying for everything on my own. I was like you. Everything was on my own.
Yeah.
So I was selling my blood and plasma on Friday to go out Friday night because they had this club called Mako's in Lafayette, Louisiana. It was $5 to get in, free draft and hurricanes all night long. So,
oh my gosh, Russell.
We'd get like $35 a piece, right? We'd sit. We was at that club. We were the first people at that club. Matter of fact, my buddy that we used to go with all the time, he sent me a picture of it just like 2 weeks ago. So you remember this? Same building, still a club. And I can visualize it like it was yesterday. We're sitting in the club. They open the door. We're in. I wouldn't drink the beer as much as I would the hurricane, and I would drink them and drink.
That is crazy.
And we never drove. I lived on campus, so we walked to the party, walked home.
Oh my gosh!
One time I passed out on the tennis court on the way home. I didn't quite make it. But
Russell, that sounds like the kind of college life that every guy dreams of.
LSU.
Go Tigers. No, go frogs.
So it was even when I talked to my boys, we had sadly one of our friends passed away that was in that group of people that we'd have so much
Sorry
fun
about
with.
that.
And when we got together for his funeral, we were like, man, we need to get together. We don't want to get together every time when this happens.
Right.
But we were like, just, can you imagine? Because I was with my daughter, they was with their son about the same age. And we were trying to tell them, God, you don't know. Because all of us say the same thing. Best time of all of our lives was when we were in college together. Just living it up. And yes, yeah, you do your homework, you do your studies. I had to go a couple of more years, but I didn't regret it. And it was just a wonderful time.
That's good. Yeah.
When my kids say they don't, or say, hey, I'm gonna go have a baby and get married right after high school and stuff like that.
College is where you learn so much. And that's where you experiment on things. After, I'm gonna cut you off there because I'm gonna go through some of my college stuff.
Okay.
I think so after all of that, then I became a tour guide, learned that I love to talk in front of people, and I loved showing off. I was president of 2 different clubs and then vice president of another club. And then I finally got out of my element, but I needed college to be able to do all of that. Did I go out? Right. Oh yeah. But I knew what my priorities were after that. So you have your fun, you learn from your mistakes and all that fun stuff. And then after being a tour guide and all that fun stuff, I think I got out of my shell a lot more. High school really sucked for me. So I needed college to be able to find out who I really wanted to be and who I really loved and who I loved to be around. So I think all that to say, go to college.
Yeah, some of my best friends right now are all from college.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that really stuck around with me anyway. Yes.
And so after that, what was your next job? After that, what was your next job?
Yeah. While I was in college, now a lot of people can be shocked about this. Now Lafayette is huge in the LGBT community. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy Boo that played Survivor Fiji, his uncle was the queen of the ball. This guy, he was the boss when it comes to that community in Lafayette, Louisiana. The queen.
Mm-hmm.
For real, the real deal. And he was super respected in Lafayette, Louisiana. So when they would have this ball, it would be in the Cajun Dome. Huge, what I'm about to say. Huge thing. So my buddy's Boo's hey, will you help Uncle Bob hold this? When they wear these things that they make, right? When they wear it, it's so elaborate that they can hardly. It was so heavy and elaborate and awkward and wide, and he couldn't stand up straight, and he was going to be on a float. So he needed 2 boys to.
Oh yes,
to hold. It was these you had to really hold them because we were struggling to keep this guy from falling down.
Yeah.
So it was handles, metal handles that you had to hold on his suit that you had to hold, and he's just acting like it's no weight at all, doing his thing.
Oh yeah, super light, and you're
right.
You are one of the guys, weren't you?
So I was one of the boys, and I had to wear one of them Roman skirts.
Yes.
That
is so funny.
So I wore one of them Roman skirts with my man panties on, and I held up his thing. It was my job. I made sure that man didn't fall.
That is so great. Dang. So, well, good thing you were there, because without
me, I was getting some whistles and some winks and slaps on the butts. I'm okay.
Hey, you know what? Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody had to hold him up.
I think so. After all that, I worked at Victoria's Secret for a bit.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's really, really very fun. And then that's when, but for the summer in between my junior college year and me transferring to DCU was when I went to Disney World, and I was fortunate to meet the right people that offered me an opportunity. Yeah, I hope that all of y'all did that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And man panty, yes.
Right.
So then I worked at Victoria's Secret for a second, but then I got a job at Walt Disney World. I left college and went to Disney to live out a dream.
First, let's talk about Victoria's Secret, then we go on to Disney World. But
okay.
You had to have, did they have some really uncomfortable, awkward conversations with guys, like maybe with their girlfriends? Their girlfriend may be walking over there, whatever, or they may be looking for an outfit for their girlfriend or wife. Did you ever have any awkward conversations with these guys?
So many. We had a lot of women shoplifters, which was super annoying.
Are you really?
Yes. Oh my gosh, those women are just like vultures. They like want to steal all the underwear, and it's like super annoying.
Funny how the guys. That's funny how it's like at Walmart or any other store, you won't see the guys.
Oh yeah, you imagine the guys. No, these women are terrible. But men would like walk in, like try not to be awkward, and so then like as an associate, you have to like make them not feel awkward.
Could you tell could you spot someone that was about to shoplift?
Yes. Oh yeah. But one woman who really got away with a lot of stuff, we did not. She kept trying on stuff, but while she was in there, she just kept ripping off the sensors, and we didn't know. And then she was like, "Oh, I have to run out to my car." Literally stole it all. And we didn't even have time to be like, "No, ma'am, stop." Like, and you can't run after them because it's against still law. So you just have to call the police officer.
Against policy, probably.
Yes. Yes. So we just were like, well, good job, woman. Goodbye. And you're never coming in again. But men, you knew when they were awkward or when they would be like super confident. And one time there was like a guy who I was like, oh, he was trying to pick out an outfit for his, like, I don't know, wife, girlfriend. And I was like, this one is a very popular choice among a lot of men, but it's also very, it's very subtle for women to feel comfortable doing this if this is something like, if y'all are new in a relationship. And he looked at it and was very serious at first. And then all of a sudden he throws it on the ground and he's like, looks good there. It's probably where it'll end up. And I was like, good point. How about this one then? In that case, you want the most expensive outfit.
But let me tell you something. I was with this one survivor that I dated, and she came out with all that fancy stuff on, right?
Oh,
trying to be all sexy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you. Yes, she looked hot in it, but everybody's going to want to know who it is, but I'm not going to say. I was not worried about how she looked at all. I know that's selfish for a guy because the girl, she did it all specifically just to look all sexy. I don't even recall. I just know it happened. I didn't care about that.
Yeah, I know. I think it's
more sexy if she walks out butt naked. I'm just saying.
Hey, I don't work there anymore. I mean, that's cool. I think that it's more for I think it's actually more for the woman to kind of get in the, like.
I think it is, but does it make you offensive if the guy, of course,
doesn't appreciate it?
He's gonna
if he doesn't act like he appreciates it, I would be really pissed.
No, but of course he's gonna act like he appreciates it. The guy does appreciate it. Because I appreciated that she went through that to do that.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter really, one way or the other. But I appreciated it. But in my mind, I just wanted her naked.
Good for you. Good for her. Good for you. Great. Okay. On to Disney World.
On to Disney World. Okay. Now we're talking about Disney.
It is.
Let's talk about Disney. So you went to Disney.
So
yeah, tell me how that first happened.
So I got offered a full-time job in entertainment at Walt Disney World. So I'm not going to say this is what exactly happened because the podcast is about how my audition went or anything like that, but it was the best job of my life. And I got to really, make so many families and so many children happy. And it was just like, I dream about that job that's actually hilarious.
That's the only reason I put that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay.
I dream about that job every day. Like I want to go back all the time. But I worked there for a full year. Then I knew I needed to go back to school, finish my degree. And so I'd go back every summer, right when I would finish finals. And I went back for 5 summers after that. And best job ever. I finished school and went to Disney. And then from Disney, I went to Survivor.
We got to talk about more about Disney. So you decided to work at Disney. All right.
I decided to work at Disney.
Everybody wants to know. And I don't know why you keep holding it back.
Because
but everybody wants to know what you did. Like, is there a contract you signed?
It is.
Not to say is it really?
Yeah, it is.
We have
so I was friends with Ariel and Cinderella. And so I got to.
I still don't know who you are. Are you trying to give me a hint of who you were?
No, the terminology is friends with.
So I'm supposed to know because you're telling me that?
If I am friends with Ariel, then I was closer.
Sounds like to me you're in the mob. I'm friends with.
Russell, let me try and stick to my contract here. All right. I was friends with her. Okay, so I swam with her every day in her fin and her bikini seashell bra.
So you was friends with Ariana, the mermaid.
Ariel. Uh-huh.
I don't even know their name.
The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid. And then
friends with who else?
I was friends with Cinderella.
So you wasn't Cinderella. I would have thought you were Cinderella. Guys, help me out here.
I am saying that I was friends with them, meaning that Libby was so close to Cinderella that she wore her dress all the time.
Oh, you was. Why did they say that? No, it makes no.
Because Cinderella is Cinderella. Cinderella is at Disney World right now.
You take this super serious.
I take it very serious. It was a job.
No, but you take it serious as Cinderella is Cinderella. She's over there.
Oh, yeah. Right, Cinderella's over there right now. Cinderella is quarantined, actually. Cinderella is quarantined in her castle. Cannot go talk to humans right now. No.
She's quarantined. That's interesting. You know what interests me about that the most is how much you respect it. Mm-hmm. You know, I like that you respect the fact to be really cautious in how you talk about it, because the children we had, you must have been a great friend, because
I was a great friend,
because the children, they take it serious,
they do.
Kids, your kids, it's you guys that go to Disney World. We want the magic of Disney World. We want that. That's what we bring our kids for. So when you have the characters really doing it right, it makes it better. It makes it magical, and that's what makes it. Does all of them do that though? Do you think they'd all take it serious, or did you get mad when they didn't? Did you ever see someone not?
If you didn't take it serious, you would get fired on the spot. 100%. If you ever broke character in front of anybody other than people that you worked with and no one else, you'd get fired on the spot. I watched it happen. So when you are friends with somebody, you are playing that person. All right, people, let's get it together. Let's just click it together. All right. So friends, meaning Libby is friends with Ariel. Libby hung out with Ariel. We got
For
it.
both
All
of them.
right. Okay, cool. So I met so many people that appreciate and love the character that if they knew it was Libby or they were talking to Libby and didn't know how to respond to her,
I would have,
like
girl,
it would just.
if you was doing that, Monica did that too on my season, by the way. She was at Disney World.
Okay.
But if I was to go there, let's say we're doing this right here, and all of a sudden I pop up at Disney World, because I would do that. If you was working at Disney World right now, I'm there. I'm there, and I'm gonna be talking to you. So when I talk to you, you're talking to me, not as Libby, right?
No. I mean, my family came to see me, and nobody else was in the room, and I never spoke to them as Libby.
That's
brother, sister, mom, dad. They cried. I couldn't cry. I can't cry as a princess.
I would love to be. That's crazy.
I know. It's the best job ever.
I wish you was still friends with Snow White.
I do every day. I wish I was friends with never Snow White, because God help me with my voice. I can't even talk like a normal person, much less talk in a super high voice like Snow White. But
so when a child sees you, what do they do? I mean, did you see their eyes light up?
Yes. Oh, they would run into my arms, run into Ariel's arms. Schizophrenic. I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments. I'm very confused. Anyways. Okay. So they would run into my arms and talk to me as if like they were under the sea or in my castle. They would ask me they would ask Cinderella for autograph, or they would want to sing with Ariel, or they would talk to me or they would talk to Ariel's flounder, like just all sorts of fun stuff. So there was one time I got to watch one friend, or I got to watch a child meet Ariel, and it was her last wish. So she was part of Give Kids the World.
Right.
And it was her last wish was to sing with Ariel. She was not expected to live past her trip, actually. So,
wow.
So she got to sing with Ariel, and then 3 days later she passed. But her parents made sure to know that her dream came true, and it was just one of the most magical moments, because The Little Mermaid was her favorite movie. So moments like that where you get to really make someone's dream come true makes you really respect your job. And so I think that's why I respect it a lot.
Yeah. No, I respect it now, even more now than I did before, talking about it, because it's a special moment. I went as an adult with my kids that were young, and it was magical for me, to see. And I wanted my little girl, oh, there's Cinderella, there's Snow White, take pictures with them. We did the whole 9 yards where they lined up, take pictures one at a time. So it was a pretty amazing moment, and I'm glad that they do it. It's closed right now, isn't it?
Yes. It opens mid-July, and but I don't think that you'll get to meet the characters, so that kind of stinks. I did get offered to open up the Shanghai Disney as Friends of Cinderella, but I turned it down to go to Survivor.
Oh, what have they called you now? Would you do it?
Yeah. I think I would.
Is it because it's just that magical for you too?
Yeah, I truly love it. Like, I really do love it. And I think that it's something that will always be on my heart, because it's always an adventure to me. You get to have an imagination and all that fun stuff. And I don't know. I think that right now I'm in a good routine with my job and with my life, but I just love playing imagination. It's just my favorite thing.
Well, no, it's a cool thing.
Yeah. So anyways, let's move on, or else I will never stop talking about Disney World. So after Disney World was Survivor. So after you have a few more jobs. Oh, Cameron, thank you.
This is one of our patrons. He's really cool.
You're the best.
You're gonna meet Cameron on the
cruise. Good, Cameron. I can't wait. You are awesome.
So
So to go on. So now you had.
So after college, in college, I met my now ex-wife, Melanie, which you guys seen her on Heroes versus Villains in the challenge we did. So I met her, and while I was in college, the end of my college, she got pregnant for my twins, Hannah and Haley. So that was it with that. We had the babies, moved to Texas, and I became something. My family has been, this is where everybody wants to know about me in the oil field, and was I a millionaire? And those questions always come up. So I moved to Houston, Texas. My family they used to own tugboats back in the day. They didn't at that time any longer. My grandfather did. My dad used to build them. So they built tugboats that's still out there. Some of them still out there with Exxon owns one. And my brother, he's a bigwig for Exxon. So I started doing something called tankering. Now, what a tankering, that is you know what a barge is, or a tugboat?
Mm-hmm.
A tugboat pushing a barge. What they do is they push the barges from facility to facility, like Exxon to Shell. Shell may buy product from Exxon or whatever. And what the tankerman does is the boat pushes it up to the dock, and then anytime you move product over from one facility to the next over the water, you need to work with the Coast Guard. You need to work for the Coast Guard.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked with the Coast Guard and went through all that, did all my Coast Guard stuff. A lot of people don't know that about me. And
that's cool.
And then I became a tankman out of the Coast Guard. And it's a special license that you have to have. You have to be in the Coast Guard to be able, anytime you move in product because of spills in the water and stuff, they take it super serious when it comes to oil spilling in the water these days.
Good.
So I was with the Coast Guard, went to become a tankman. And then I went shoreside at that point in time, where I got to go home. I didn't have to ride the boats anymore. And I was on call 24/7, and it was miserable. So all of a sudden, I'm working with this one guy, and I'm like, why don't, I want to open my own tankering service, because I know that half the people out there I know, the boat captains are the ones that call the tankermen that own the tankering service. So I went ahead and I quit the shoreside company. Now I went to work on the boats for 7 months straight without coming home. 7 months. Went out there, worked on the boats, and made enough money to get my insurance, because insurance were the big deal when it comes to that kind of thing. Enough money to pay for my insurance to open my own tankering service. And
cool.
that's when that happened. And then my first year tankering service was a little slow getting the company together. My second year, we made $1.7 million, and that's when that happened.
Wow.
Then we were I grew up super poor. We lived in a trailer all my life. Then I became successful with the tankering service. Then Survivor called me. And then I went and played and had other people running my service. Okay? Nobody is going to take care of your baby like you ever unless you're there. And I wasn't even, you can't even call me. I'm not even nowhere in sight. I'm the one that's doing everything. So things started going downhill fast as soon as I left. And when I got back, the whole thing of Survivor, I let take a hold to me. I let it grasp me. I let it take, move me in a certain direction. I was doing all this stuff, Give Kids the World, all that stuff. What Hearts of Reality. I was, always there. I was doing events every weekend. I was on a paid event and just completely ignoring everything. Completely avoiding my company, completely avoiding my marriage, all that.
Oh, no.
And I suffered from it. I divorced. Everything went down here. The company was already doing bad at that time. And then you have to split it with the wife once all that happened. And that wasn't going to happen. They wanted 60-40. They wanted 60. Give me 40. Wasn't going to let that happen. So I shut it down. That was it.
Wow.
And
That's the end of the tankering.
and some people are like, man, and I got the will to succeed. I will succeed. Trust me. I'll be right back where I was before. That's just the kind of guy I am. But whenever I was like, oh, do you regret ever playing? That's the question. And I've never talked about this to anybody. They asked me, do you even regret playing at all? I have to say no, because the wisdom that it's given me now, like the man that I've become now because of what I've lost, is much better. I'm much greater of a person now than I was then. So if I played Survivor again, first of all, I won like $500,000 with Survivor and A&E. That's what I ended up with. In my mind, I was like, I got my tanking service. I don't care about this. I'm spending this quick. I spent that in a couple of years.
Wow.
I spent 10 grand at a casino at a club in a casino, not the casino, not gambling, a club.
Wow.
Still went home single.
Dang. So when you learn your lesson for real.
For real.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If I played now, there's no way I would let it attack me like it's almost like a virus, attack me like that again. No way I would allow that to happen. I'm in a super good place. We have a Patreon group that's super tight. Like, this is what I do now. I do this. I focus on the Patreon. I'm there every day. My Patreon group, they know me. They see me every single day. I go live. We have all kinds of things going on with that. And
that's so cool.
It's something I like to do. I was also miserable as owning the tanking service. I was so stressed all the time. The most stressful time I've ever been in my life was owning a tanking service.
Because now you get to do what you love, right? Yeah.
What's that?
Well,
I get to talk to Libby every Monday. We get to do that.
I know. It's a lot more fun than having to worry about one drop in the ocean,
Yeah, so I do appreciate everybody that watches. I appreciate everybody that listens on the podcast, because this is what I like to do, and it's only going to get more positive and better from here.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it. Yes, it was a lot of money, all this and that, but I'm in a good place now. So I'm happy where I am now. And I ain't saying I ain't making tons. I mean, look what we got. We got Manscaped.
I know. I mean, we've hit the top now. Like,
we hit the mother load.
We hit the mother load. Yeah, I think that
through all the jobs. About that? What do you think about me saying that I let all that get the best of me? You as a player in the game, can you see something like that happening?
Yeah, I mean, not like for myself, I think like you use someone else's mistakes to help you grow. So I've definitely met people that's happened before, like before Survivor and before, like during Disney, I was also a personal assistant to a professional baseball player. And like, he's done stuff like that. Terrible things where he was like, you are my daughter now, and I'm going to teach you these lessons. So like, I think that if I went through what you went through, I would hopefully try and teach people that are younger than me to not do that. Right. I think that you also get a lot of respect from like, hey, you made these mistakes, you realize they're wrong, now you're living your best life, and you're living something that you really like, you support, you feel more confident in doing something that you're actually happy about and you're more passionate about, so you're going to do it better. So I think that that's overall what everybody's really works toward is working for something and doing something that they really love and that they're happy with. So he never played for the Astros, but anyways.
So what bothers me about, that's why it bothers me so much when I hear that Jeff Probst and I'm about to play some 16-year-old kid.
Yeah, I know. Like
you cannot do that. You cannot do that. I'm telling you, if it's real Survivor, they will ruin these kids.
Right. I think that knowing how young I played, it's just imagining a 16-year-old going through that and doing all that, even though as much as I know how much they want to play, you are such a different person when you're 10 years older or 15 years older. I mean, like, you're always at a new level, but doing something that you truly dream about at such a young age really makes you, it hurts me, because knowing that, like, how much I want to go back all the time because of how much I've learned, I wish that I could go back to Disney right now. Every day, like, as I'm older, I'm like, I wish I could go back. I don't want your dreams to come true at 16, because when you're 26, what are you going to do?
Right.
Like, you have a choice, like an ultimate choice to, like, either take that dream and make it grow, or you're going to keep living back like you were 16 and wishing that it was back again, and it hurts. It's really painful. I don't know if that makes sense, but, like, you know, like, I just think that there's so much life that they have to learn before they go out and do something as extreme as Survivor.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's not acceptable.
Yeah.
Spencer, I forgot what season was it, Cagayan? Spencer called me and he watched the video I put on YouTube about 16-year-old players. You need to watch it, Libby. When you get a chance, watch the video I put on YouTube. I'll send it to you so you don't have to search it. About 16-year-old kids playing Survivor. And he called me about the video and was like thanking me for doing that. Because it also got the best of him as well. Like, he's like, look, I couldn't take it. There's so many people that strategically play that game and do things that's not in their character, and then come out of it thinking crazy, like always.
Yeah. I personally, I think that the age limit should be 21.
I do too.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I think 21, just because, like, especially if you're American, like, you've kind of, like, hit that age where, okay, you might have gone through college already, you might have had a few jobs, you've met different types of people, and you've also experienced, like, legally ordering stuff or going out and things, like, though I know, like, a lot of people do it before they're 21, but at least, like, you legally have done it. And, like, I don't know, I just think that 21 is a good age where, I mean, I was strong at 21, but, like, I wasn't as strong as I am. 21 is a good age. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's even though, guys, that's when we say that the Survivor's hard, it's hard. Like, American Survivor is the hardest thing out there. There's no game show out there comes even close. Nothing.
Mm-mm.
And it's real. Like, what it takes from you, you know, what it gives you, it's like the whole thing is an emotional mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think
post Survivor, it kind of screwed me up a little bit, but I was able to just kind of jump at Nashville.
I talked to another player from Heroes vs. Villains, and when I played season 19, I played 39 days. 10 days later, and then in my mind's like, I'm a strategic player, so that's all I'm doing is thinking. When I played 10 days later, I'm on the island again. 39 days again. Superstars, playing with Rob, Tyson, Parvati. People didn't know how to play strategically. So now I'm like really trying to get further in the game one step at a time. Only had 2 people on my side. So I'm having to fight to stay in to get further in the game. And I talked to somebody that was voting for who gets the million that did not vote for me. And they were like, Russell, if you would have said what you just told me when I said, man, I just played 2 times in a row. I didn't even know how to think straight. I didn't know what to do. When you say, Russell, you played too hard. What do you mean I played too hard?
What else did you suggest?
I don't have no other life. I have no kids right now. I have no, in my mind, I'm here. I'm Team Russell.
This is my life.
Survivor. So
Michael was 18, I think. I was 24.
Yeah. So when they say, "Oh, you played too hard," you didn't have to do things that you did. That was the whole key of not voting for me. You played too hard. You didn't have to go that far.
Mm-hmm.
I just played 2 times in a row, guys.
Yeah, you played your heart out.
What does that mean? I don't have to go that far.
Right.
So
yeah, it's so. I mean, that's really hard to like. fathom, like, it messes people up the first time they play. And then if this is all you have and you are like, this is for $1 million, and now they're asking me again because I must be that good. This is all I think, like,
Right.
obviously. So yeah.
Yeah, and then Mark Burnett himself came in the room and said, "Do you think you're the best that ever played?" I'm like, "Yes." He said, "You want to prove it?" I'm like, "Yes." He said, "Okay, you're about to with the best that ever played." So I'm trying to prove to everybody. So I'm taking it another level. Even from what I just did in 19, I'm taking it another level and doing whatever I have to do to please not be voted out, to get further in the game.
Right.
No matter if I have to swear on my kid's life. No matter at that time it didn't matter. I was King Russell that needed to win. So I was so focused and embedded, it was embedded in me that I would have done anything to get. I would have chopped off my fingers one at a time in a challenge.
Dang. Oh my gosh.
And I would have went first.
Wow.
So the other guy wouldn't have went first. I'd have just had 9 fingers and won that challenge.
You're right. Yeah. Wow.
But I was that focused. That's why when you play with me in Survivor, I don't know if I can ever get back to that.
Yeah.
Playing in that type of depth. But I do focus, and it's really when you come in against me, and I'll do whatever it takes to stay in that game. So it's best when I say it's best to work with me. It's best to work with me.
Yeah.
Let's just do it together.
Let's just do it together
instead of gunning for everybody. So
I wish you and I could play together. That would be fun.
Oh, that would be crazy. We would have to be on separate jobs, so they would know.
Yeah, they would know.
First of all, for me, it would be, I'm going to tell you right now, it would be who I am as a person, and anybody that knows me, you would be a problem for me. Only because I would be trying to save you, and that could be a danger. And me trying to help you and it's almost like if it would be blood and water or something like that. That's why I can't play blood and water. I'm focused. If I was playing blood and water, I'm definitely taking care of my child. If I'm playing with my daughter, if I see somebody like Rupert hit Jerry into the wall one time, and then Boston Rob goes up to Rupert and checks him. If that happens to my daughter, I'm rolling over that person. I don't care who it is.
Goodbye. Yep.
Goodbye. And then I can't play like that. You cannot play for someone else. I did it with Parvati. I did it with Natalie. I kept saving them. Saving. That's how I play.
I'd be the next victim / being saved.
You'd be the next winner because I can't beat the blonde.
That's right. Now I really wish I could play with you. Oh, man.
But it comes to a point to where Blood and Water is a watered down version of Survivor because you don't, especially when you're a loving person, and they have a lot of them that played Survivor, like Rupert did. Rupert gave up his spot immediately for his wife.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't do that?
Right. I know. That's true.
So, it was
I would play again in a heartbeat, but if I had to play with my brother or sister, it would be like.
Yeah, just think if you had to play with that person that you love, that your heart, that person that's your heart.
God,
and you have an idol in your pocket, and you're on the other side of the tribe, and this person's going home. You're going to try to give them the idol, and it messes up your
whole game. That'd be tough. Oh. That's why my family would never want to play. My entire family is like, they never want to be in front of the camera. They never want to be on stage. They are always like my backstage biggest fans. And that's just how it's always going to be. So fortunately.
So we are talking about jobs, and that is one of our jobs now.
So now what we're doing. So I worked after Survivor. I moved to Nashville, modeled for a while, worked for Texas Motor Speedway. I was like a NASCAR girl. And then after that, I got a job for Hallmark, and I went and was their social media manager.
Wait a second. Yeah. You're my Hallmark love story.
Oh God. We can't. No, I
We
can't talk
can't
about
go
that.
there.
No,
We're not
it's
going there.
oh, man. But I worked as the social media manager for the talk show on the Hallmark Channel. So I was there. I did that. Then I got to do I got to host the travel show for the Amazon documentary called The Local Traveler in Thailand. So I got to go and do that.
Now, you did quite a bit of things after Survivor.
Yeah. And then I became a coach. So I wanted something more stable. I wanted to get more into business, like owning something and owning just something more stable. I knew that social media and working in television, I never have anything on my own. I never live on my own, at least for a while, because I would just I wouldn't be able to afford that in LA. And so then I got the opportunity to help open up this gym here in Nashville. So I was the coach in California in like the Hermosa Beach area. And then, and I met the guy just as assistant. So I was working at Hallmark and the gym.
Right.
And then this guy was like, do you want to come and be the head trainer? It took me 2 months to like really agree to something like that. But I knew that this was going to be more long-term, more of just not just being a head trainer, but being an owner in this whole investment group. And so I was like, you know what? I need to do something a little bit more stable. So it's not just me coaching classes. This is me managing and owning gyms and expanding and finally kind of growing as myself. So I think right now I'm at a good spot, working at F45 and being more of a face for the gym, for the company. And yeah, it's a lot of fun.
What do you want to do? Like, what's your next step?
I don't know. That's what I've been kind of spending these past couple of weeks on doing. It's just like I'm not used to routine, and I feel like our gym is growing at a great pace. So I'm definitely gonna stick to this for like a little bit. But I think that growing a fitness brand or growing somewhat of a lifestyle brand is something important, because a lot of people can use that in their everyday life, and you can really impact them on all the things that you've gone through. You can really influence them on certain things and help them better their life. And we have some really cool people part of our gym that have made that known to me, that like Kenny Anderson, he's an NBA player. He goes to our gym. And so I'm his trainer, and that's really cool. And like him telling me, you've already helped me with this. And it's just kind of fun. So it motivates me, but like, I don't know anymore. Right now I'm kind of just praying about it and kind of seeing like,
right.
Hey, am I supposed to stay with this, or is there another opportunity? I don't know.
Yeah. So me, after Survivor, I didn't know what to do. I mean, I was just spending all kind of money, and just, that's all I was doing. Wasn't really working anymore. I did try to, after my divorce, try to get the Hantz tankering going again. And that's a drama story right there. What would happen with me there. Then I found out how much of a backstabbing industry it was. So I started doing construction, rebuilding houses, fixing houses with Hurricane Harvey and everything else, all the other storms we have down here. So then I started down that road. And all of a sudden I had somebody call me and said, hey, would you like to try to do podcasting? He was a producer in LA. I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. So we started doing it, getting some popularity with it, but I was doing it on and off, wasn't doing it all the time. I went to Florida because they had a storm down there, doing some things. And then season 40 was about to happen. So when I was in Florida, I'm like, hey, maybe I can really do this podcast YouTube thing. So in Florida, I said, I'm going to do some, and if you look at my timeline with my videos, you could see, well, I did a little bit, stopped completely. Built a tiny house, wasn't talking Survivor at all, didn't work. Then when I was in Florida, I'm like, Survivor 40 is coming. I want to start up my podcast again. And people that listen to me know that there's a blank in between. And then not Australian Survivor. That happened too, but that was just, I keep saying that's a camping trip. But I am the first American to ever go abroad and play in someone else's version of Survivor, which is pretty crazy.
That's so cool.
Right. So then I'm like, when I'm in Florida, I start doing top 10s, and I just want to see, my eating watermelon. People are here watching. I ate watermelon for 8 days, and I did that
Yeah,
as
I
a
remember that.
video,
Yeah.
right? I do that now, right? Matter of fact, I'm on my watermelon diet now. So I started doing top 10s and stuff like that, and I started getting a lot of views. Like on one of the videos, I had 100,000 views. That same video now has like 250,000 views.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, maybe I can do something with this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe people are interested. So then I told my guy, I'm like, look, when season 40 starts, I'm all in. I'm all in. I want to see where this takes me. So I went from 5,000 views on YouTube to almost 35,000 in 3 months. And,
you guys are awesome.
Hundreds of thousands of views. My Patreon page went from like 18 patrons that I don't know why they stayed with me, those 18. I wasn't doing anything, but they did. And to 140 patrons.
Oh my gosh.
And keep moving forward and keep moving. We have a cruise booked, guys.
Yes, I know.
We have
so
a Patreon.
Awesome.
We have a Patreon page that you could check out in the description. And we have a cruise that the patrons are going on. Libby's going. Michaela's going. We still have one other person, a survivor that we're trying to think that who's going to be going. Michaela Wingle from Brandon Hantz's season. So we have 40 rooms. The Russell Hantz show has 40 rooms booked.
Unbelievable. That's so fun. I'm so excited.
Hopefully, life will be back to normal by that time. It's not till next year, April.
Mm-hmm.
And 160,000 on one of my videos.
260,000. So awesome.
Which is 200. So, so this started working for me and I enjoyed it. And I'm like, now I'm all in. We're even starting, I wasn't going to talk about this, but the Russell Hantz show is starting a division of TRHS sports, fantasy sports, to where it's going to be a whole different side, not reality TV, all sports, fantasy football, fantasy basketball, talking how you can daily fantasy, how you can get that together. So that's in the works now. Got another Patreon just for that. We're going to have special guests, athletes come on talking, people that's won $1 million in DraftKings. They're going to come and talk about it.
Heck yeah, that's so cool. I can't wait because I need to learn that because I've never really
so that's just one thing that's just one little thing that the Russell Hantz show is not going to always be about reality TV. We're branching off. I want to be the next Dave Portnoy. I don't know if any of you know him, but he's the owner of Barstool that just sold his company for $400 million. So, and his company was a sports company that only did podcasting and YouTube. That's all they did. So,
I think you're on the right track, Russ.
Me, Libby, I want you to be part of it too, Libby. That's why
I want to be part of it.
We're going to be part of it. Libby Mondays is going to be a staple in the YouTube world and podcast industry.
Heck yeah.
How can it not be? We talk about how to tone your balls.
Manscape it. Tone it.
Toner.
Use the chafing deodorant.
I don't know what the ball toner is. That's what it says. I don't want to sound too inappropriate, but it's a ball toner.
Well, I'm proud to be a part of it. I'm excited. I'm glad that we got to talk about this and really let people get to know us a little bit more and have some background onto who we are and why we are the way we are. So
right. Yeah, and
I'm glad to know a little bit more about you, Russ.
Right. That's good. And stay on just a little while. You click off, or I need to ask you something when this is over.
Okay, I will.
So, all right, guys. Well, we appreciate you listening. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't like it. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down. We keep it real. If you don't like us, then we don't tell us why. We could probably fix that. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We always want to make it better.
Check out Manscaped at www.manscaped.com. We just need 10 of these, and we would appreciate it. Tell me if you bought one. Let me know, and we'll give you a shout out.
Yes.
This is well-made stuff. We appreciate it if you check that out. 20% off, code HANTZ, HANTZ. And that's all we got for you guys. We appreciate it again. Go check out the shirts. New School
Happy
Survivor in the
Monday.
house. Look, show them your shirt. That is a beautiful shirt. All right, guys. Appreciate it and keep hope alive.
Bye, guys.
Okay, let me end it.